What'd you see from Jimmy Garoppolo? Because I have a lot to say about him.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear because this one leaves me flummoxed. I come in and this is basically the Jimmy that if I had to describe Jimmy in a nutshell, it would be this game. Coming in, starts the game perfect, right? That beautiful 75-yard touchdown drive. In total, the 49ers are able to outgain the Titans by 100 yards, and yet in the first half and in the early third quarter, the three huge errors with the two picks and the miss to Juice cost the 49ers the win, right? There are other factors, other people that deserve some portion of the blame for losing, but if you needed to pick the person who you attribute the largest amount of blame to, it's Jimmy Garoppolo, and it is wildly inconsistent play, and that seems to be the trend over the course of his career with the San Francisco 49ers.
The way I saw it is like, as you pointed out, first drive. Sorry, I have my handy dandy notebook here. I'm Steve from Blues Clues. I have my handy dandy notebook. First drive, perfect. 75 yards, easy. And you're thinking, man, the Niners are going to blow this team out. Blow them out. Okay. Second, Titans get the ball, go nowhere. Niners get the ball back, just go right down the field again. Right down the field again. You think, oh my God, this is going to get ugly. Second and goal from the 8. Throws that ugly interception. I mean, he could have just taken a sack, thrown the ball away, anything but that. Game totally changes from there on out. I mean, that's after that, he's terrible the rest of the game until the final drive. So he had that great first drive, had that great final drive. In between, he was a disaster, okay? We know that. We've seen that. But what really kills me is after the game, he comes into the post-game press conference. First words out of his mouth was, short week. Oh, tough this, tough that. And it's like, everyone likes him because of the way he speaks. But when you listen to what he says, it sometimes bothers me because he never takes accountability, kind of like his head coach. So someone asked him, like, what happened on the first interception? And he goes, oh, that should have been a touchdown. It was miscommunication. That should have been a touchdown. Well, what happened on that fourth down to Ayuk? Oh, well, that was a miscommunication. That should have been a completion. I didn't even see him. He should have. And then he says, we really started off hot. It's just that we sort of hit a lull there in the second and third quarters and then finished strong. We hit a lull? We hit a lull, Jimmy? No.
The royal we.
You hit a lull. You hit a lull. And it really bothers me that 30-year-old man with $100 million said that. He's not 22. It's not a rookie mistake. Dude, don't talk like that. And I know that I think he got it from New England. It's a team sport. We say we. Dude, after a performance like that, you say I hit a lull. Take it off your teammates. When Nick Mullins, because that throw that he missed to Juszczyk, Mullins did that last year. It's embarrassing. When he did that, he would pour his heart out in the post-game press. That's on me. I lost this game. I let them down. You can say stuff like that. That's leadership. We hit a lull. I don't like it. It bothers me as much as the smile on his face on the sideline after an interception. Like, dude, I want to see that you care a little bit more. We talk about it a lot, but these are the little things about Jimmy that bug me. We hit a lull. No, we love that.
Yeah, all of the statements he made are true, and they're not what you want to hear from him in that moment. You want to hear the personal accountability. You want to hear him shoulder the blame. You want to hear him take responsibility off of the shoulders of his teammates.
Don't blame Ayuk. What are you doing, man? Say it was your fault. I didn't play well enough, period. I got to play better. End of story. I mean, I've heard Fred Warner say stuff like that. I hear great players say stuff like that. If you're great, you go up there and say, Kittle says stuff like that. I got to play way better than that. But to me, what Jimmy always says is, I thought it was, I didn't think it was that bad. We all got to play better. Sorry, I get worked up.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's maddening to hear. He may be correct about that fact, but again, in the moment, that's not what you want to hear from the leader of the team. You want to hear the leader of the team take personal accountability and just state the fact that I need to get better, because that's what he can work on.
Remember what Trey said after he lost in Arizona?
No.
It's his fault. He said it was on me. I didn't play well enough. It's my fault. We lost.
Gotta love it.
It was his first start, and he outplayed. He had a better QBR than Kyler Murray. They outgained the Cardinals. They lost because, as an offense, they failed on fourth down like 5 times. It's on me. End of story is what you say. And I was thinking, like, wow, okay, well, that's arguable, but you're a leader, and you're 21. It's impressive.
Have to agree there.
But I gotta feel like, to me, Jimmy Garoppolo is a lot like his most ardent defenders. You know, that he really believes that he's way better than people give him credit for, and it's not his fault. Like, dude, no, you're not a Pro Bowl quarterback. You are grossly overpaid. You're paid to be an All-Pro. You're not even a Pro Bowler. You are a game manager who had no business throwing these picks. You know your job is to not throw picks. The stats are stark. You undefeated when you don't throw picks this year, and you're like 1-7 now when you do that. You got one job. And you threw 2, almost 3. Like, man, just go home. I'm sorry. Don't come out for the. Come on, man.
He's a game manager that seems to be unclear on what the definition of game manager is supposed to be.
Thank you. Keneal says Trey's a better leader than Jimmy. Accountability. All right, let's get through these comments. I know there's going to be a lot of venting right now from Niner fans, and we'll move on.
Yep.
All quarterbacks make mistakes, but Jimmy has meltdowns. Yes, and he did it in that training camp practice 3 years ago when he threw 5 picks in a row, and I think that's just in the back of Kyle's mind when he calls plays like, man, I just can't trust this guy.
I do think that Kyle contributes to the meltdowns with his the way in which he calls the game. Yes. I mean, at the end of the half, we'll talk about this in time management, but I do think Kyle plays into the narrative, and that hurts Jimmy. Not to take anything away from Jimmy's ability to melt down on his own.
I'm with you on that. It doesn't seem like Kyle's negativity has really helped many quarterbacks over the long term. HBO says Jimmy is if Jimmy so happens to struggle early on against Houston for whatever reason, what do you think Kyle would do? What would you guys do? You know what I would do. I think Kyle's going to stick with this till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the playoff window just got tighter, and that's going to cause Kyle Shanahan to stick with Jimmy Garoppolo even tighter.
You guys way better than 95.7 The Game. Keep it up. Well, thanks. I like them too. Shout out Bonte and Joe Shasky, my boys. David says at 27 million, Jimmy is supposed to carry the team, overcome the D's second half struggles. Debo makes him look way better than he is. Ask Jesse. But it's like, dude, just don't lose the game though. I mean, we already know that you're getting carried, but just don't do that. Come on, man.
I will say that to me, that's a bit unfair because if you take away the best player from anyone's offense, that's going to reflect negatively on the quarterback, right? You take away Devontae Adams from Aaron Rodgers, and he's not going to look quite as special. And yet, that doesn't excuse Jimmy Garoppolo and his mistakes.
John Middlecoff tweeted he looks lost and should be pulled out. You ever see that South Park where Butters is like a really, really good tap dancer?
No.
He's like a really good tap dancer, but like his shoe flies off and it like hits a light and then like it like kills everyone in the auditorium. Like anything that bad that could happen. That I just felt like, how did you do it again? Jim, again? I just seemed like, I don't know, man. Something. Because usually he just has like the one bad throw against Cincinnati and gets it out of his system, and it's like, okay, but like, no, it wasn't out of his system. It just was. That was his system. I don't know why I went.
Jimmy has the Murphy's Law games where everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Pretty much. Silverado Kev, what's up, Kev? Says Jimmy out here speaking French. When he needs to be speaking clear English. I love Silverado Kev, man.
Silverado Kev, I'm a big fan.
Speaking French. Yeah, he's Juicy Smollett. The French actor. Mitchell says, here's $5. Thanks, man. Darnay Harvey says, Grant, when you watch the film with Jack, Jimmy's game fell apart after the first sack he took. His mechanics broke down after that. Yeah, you just hit Jimmy in the mouth early in the game, and bad Jimmy shows up. He will replace. Good Jimmy gets hit in the mouth, and he'll be like, hey, couple plays. Good, bad Jimmy's like, I got you.
Yeah, both literally and figuratively, right?
Yeah.
He also struggles when he gets that direct pressure in his face, but when he commits that bonehead turnover, it seems to go downhill.
Remember when Lance hit Debo for the wide open TD? That's how Jimmy Garoppolo should have put it on Juice last night. Yeah, man, you didn't have to hit him in stride. Just like walk it to him.
Dude DJ says wide open.
He was wide open. That missed throw to Juice was the same throw Trey hit Debo on earlier this season. We just say this? Man, if Jimmy is our best chance to win, Trey must be terrible. Yeah, like that's what the Niners are saying, right? Like, Trey's awful is what you're saying. But Fred Warner said that he's dicing them up in practice. So maybe Fred's just being diplomatic. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a strange narrative. I am on the side with Steve Young that the message the 49ers are sending by not putting Trey in at all, not finding him any snaps, is that he can't contribute. Because I do believe Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch want to win at all costs. And if they thought Trey could contribute to winning, they would do so.
You would think. Wesley says, I don't think anyone else on the team struggled on their own. Jimmy Garoppolo put the whole team in a defeated mindset. Everyone played great until the second pick. I agree. I think I thought the defense was playing really, 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 really well. And
lights out.
Once the second pick happened, I thought he says it defeated almost a depressed mindset. And then when, I don't know if you heard Bosa's post. Did you hear Bosa?
I did. A little bit of fire there, a little bit of anger.
Also, he was very quiet. He's a very quiet person normally, but man, it just felt like man, this is all in vain. Like, I'm having an all-time great season, and we're gonna lose in the first round, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing more I can do.
I think that I would actually attribute it to what I read into it was more of personal accountability. I do think that Bosa holds himself to the highest standard, much like we're criticizing Jimmy Garoppolo for not doing. I interpreted that as Bosa being very angry that he was going up against second and third string offensive linemen and was unable to capitalize on that. I think he was pissed at himself.
Good call. Fordman49 says, what will it take for Kyle to bench Jimmy G? An act of God? Divine intervention.
Yes. COVID.
Have you seen Pulp Fiction? Divine intervention. Birthday shout out to my boy Jorge. Sorry, your boy Jimmy ruined it. All right, Thomas. Happy birthday, Jorge.
Happy birthday.
Yes, the Dark Azrael says, if Jimmy took blame for the loss during the post-game interview, would you change his grade from an F to an F+? Yeah, I would have definitely given him an F+. F+.
I would have applauded that for sure.
Grant, please ask Banana Hands what kind of practice drills he's doing to correct Jimmy Garoppolo's love of not seeing underneath linebackers. Be the coach and drill it out. Fair. Will do. Thank you. Kaiser Sose says, you're up 10 in the second half. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. No. Pass a lot. Try that. See how that goes.
Yeah, let's get Jimmy up to 35 attempts.
That works. Cut Norman immediately. He ain't even a backup. Yeah, Ambry's better than him. That's rough.
I mean, just look at how bad the players behind Norman have to be to not even consider moving on from Josh Norman.
There should be a literal roller coaster in San Francisco called Jimmy Unleashed. Build it on Pier 39. No, I mean, put it in Great America. It's right next to Levi's. How would it work, though?
It would need to drop you into the bay at the end.
What?
Yeah, it would be a colossal freaking disaster at the end of it.
It builds your hopes up and then just drops you in the bay. It's broke down half the year. Yeah.
Ride closed.
Yeah, sorry.